it's Mia from Rose Nails by Marissa Coombs, and today I'm going to show you how to do this cool sort of Halloween-y spider. I'm just showing you all the polishes that I'm going to be using today. I'm going to be using these SPD London 5D Cat's Eye polishes for most of the artwork, and I'm going to be using Nail Chemise Onyx Black Gel Polish for the background colour. So these are all the cat's eye numbers I'm going to be using and the colours of them. I will probably completely forget which number is which when I've started doing the design, which is why I'm showing you the number and then the colour. And then you will hopefully be able to see from there which one's which. I love these so much. They're so freaking versatile. I use these for all sorts of things. But today I thought I would do a creepy spider. So these have had 2 coats of Nail Chemise Black Gel Polish on them, and they've all been cured for... I've done them for 60 seconds. Nail Chemise only needs 30 seconds, but I like to double cure black. So I'm going to be working on these 2 nails at the end at first, and I'm going to be working on them sort of together because the design is going to spread over them. So I'm just going to go in with Firecracker number 5 from the Firecracker collection from SPD London. And I'm just going to draw a kind of it's not even a semicircle really, it's a slight arch that goes over the 2 nails. I hope you can see that. I know it's really, really hard to see sort of dark on dark, but this is just giving me a rough sort of border of where the spider's fangs are going to come out. I'm not going to do like an entire spider with the outline and stuff. We're going to do the eyes and the mouth with fangs coming out, and then we're going to do some spider legs, and we're going to do a spider web. So I'm just going to use a dotting tool, and I'm using... God, I've got to think now. Oh, I should have written these down. I think this is 5D Cat's Eye number 8, I think. Pretty sure it's 5D Cat's Eye number 8. To create 2 sort of big eyeballs, and then I'm going to create 2 smaller eyeballs, because they kind of have big eyeballs and then little ones to the side, because I was sort of Googling it and having a look. All of these 5D Cat's Eyes and all of the SPD London polishes all cure for 60 seconds. So I'll just tell you that now, so I don't have to say that I'm curing for 60 seconds every time. And this one, I'm pretty sure is 5D Cat's Eye number 3. I think. So I'm just doing them smaller and then slightly higher than the other eyes. I am not an expert on spiders, but that is how they looked on Google. So I'm going with Google. Right, so now I'm going to use, I think this is 5D Cat's Eye number 4. It's the bronzy cat's eye. And I'm just going to create some sort of little hairs. Little tiny hairs. So that it looks like the fangs are kind of coming out from the little hairy spider face. I don't have a lot to do with spiders. So a lot of this is just a spider that I found on Google Images that I have turned into a gel polish design. This was just like a real life close-up of a spider, and I was like, oh, I love that. Especially for a Halloween-y design. He looks like a Frankenstein at the moment. It looks like that's the mouth and that's the teeth. It's not though. So now I'm going to do the fangs, which I think this... Oh, I don't know what bloody number this is. I don't know what number this is. This is terrible. I should have written them down. I think it's number 3, maybe. No, it might be number 2. I can't remember. Oh, it's one of the ones I showed you at the beginning. So if you do need to know which ones they are, then you can have a look at the beginning where I've opened all the bottles to show you. So I'm just going to do some more arches with like a little point on the end for this bit. And then I'm going to do... I'm just going to finish that one up. Make them nice and pointy. There we go. And this is coming from the sort of little hairy mouth that I've just made. I'm just going to do another arch to sort of join up with that bottom line. And I'm going to fill it in at the same time. So I'm just going to fill in the fangs. Fill in the fangs. I'm sure this is... Oh, I don't know what number this is. Sorry. And then I do know that I'm going to be using Cat's Eye number 7 on these as well, which is like a super luminous-y... Oh, it's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous green. And I'm going to use that for like... I don't know. Is it like the venomous bit? Do they keep their venom in like a little bit of their fangs? On the picture I looked at on Google, it had like darker fangs on the outside, and then it had like this lighter sac. So right, this is definitely Cat's Eye number 7. And I'm just sort of giving this other bit of the fang. I have no idea if this is where they keep their venom or anything like that. I do not know. I do not know. I'm not an expert. So I'm just sort of putting this extra bit of the fang on. And then I've left the darker green wet as I'm doing this lighter green, because I'm going to kind of ombre them ever so slightly, just so that it's not like one massive dark green bit and then one massive light green bit. So yeah, I'm just going to, here we go. I'm just sort of moving the gel polish around, kind of just roughly, very roughly ombreing them. Just slightly sort of melting them into each other. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side, but I don't think I show that on camera. And before it goes in the lamp as well, I'm just going to get my dotting tool and I'm going to give Mr. Spider some pupils with the Nail Alchemy Onyx polish. Ugh, it looks creepy with eyeballs. And I haven't magnetised any of these. So right, I've just done exactly the same on the other side. I kept both the greens wet and kind of ombre them together. And then I have also just added a few more of the sort of hairs over the top of the fangs. Right, so now I'm going to be working on what will be the middle finger and the ring finger in this design. But you can do them in any order you want. It's entirely up to you. So I'm just using some of the SBD London Firecracker number 5, and I'm literally just making lines of where I want my spider legs to be. I'm going to do 2 spider legs that kind of cross over onto the other nail, so they're going to go across 2 nails. And this is literally just the lines of, I don't know, what would be the skeleton of the spider, if they have bones in that bit. I don't know. Don't know. Them bones, then dry bones, whatever it is. Right, so from that, I'm going to use the, excuse my dogs, I'm going to use the bronzy 5D Cat's Eye again, the same one that I used for the hair on the spider with its fangs, and I'm literally just sort of fluffing the hairs outwards from the leg lines that I've drawn. So this bit is very tedious, so I do think that I skip past this bit in a minute, because I'm literally going to do this the whole way along and do the lines all the way down the sort of leg outlines that I've done. And then they look like this. They look like 2 brown feather boas. And then I'm just going to use the, I can't remember what I use actually. Do I use Firecracker or do I use Onyx? I think I used Onyx. Yeah, I think this is Onyx. It doesn't matter whether you want to use the Onyx Black or the Firecracker 5, because Firecracker 5 is like a really gorgeous deep brown. So you could use either for this. But I'm just going down the centre just to give the legs some more definition. Make them look a bit creepier. And I'm going to do that all the way along both of the legs. Again, I don't think I show all of this happening because it is super easy. It's just a case of sort of going and getting it all done. So I'm going to do this along all the legs and on the other nail as well, where the legs sort of finish. Oh no, maybe I do show it all. I think I might show it all. So they start, like, with the line definition, they definitely start to look a bit more like spider legs rather than random feather boas. I don't know what's going on downstairs. I don't know whether you can hear it or not, but someone's arrived. And the kids are very hyper about it. I'm hiding upstairs. And then I'm going to cure that for 60 seconds in the lamp. Again, the black from Nail Chemie does only need 30 seconds, but I like to double cure blacks because they're notoriously hard. Right, this is number 6 from SBD London from the Grey series. I have no idea why it has HB6 on it. I would have thought it would say Grey 6, but I'd have no idea. No idea. So this is the pinky nail, and I'm just going to use the Grey series number 6 polish to do a rough spiderweb, just to sort of finish the set off. I didn't really know what to put on this last nail, and then I was like, oh, spiderweb obviously would make sense, and it turned out pretty nicely. So for the spiderweb, you're just going to draw. I've obviously started from the right top corner of the nail, which would be the cuticle area. And I'm just going to draw some lines, make sure they're pretty evenly spaced apart. And I'm using my Nao Nails 0003 detailer brush for this, because it's really, really good for doing lines. It's like the best brush ever for doing lines. So once the lines are done like that, you're going to sort of do some sort of upside downy archy shapes in between the spiderweb lines. And you're just going to carry on all the way down the nail doing these little arches. And then that'll be about it really. Oh yeah, I messed up on this one. I was like, oh, too much polish. So I just got a little clean up brush and kind of swooshed it away. Swoosh it away. There we go, swooshed. Automatic swooshing. And then just keep going down the nail. If you run out of line, just start to make the little arches sort of more and more faint. So it kind of looks like it's just sort of fading away. And then I tried to do the lines, like the arches, in between the gaps of the other arches that are next to it. Does that make sense? So I'm not putting the arches all in the same position. I'm sort of spacing them out depending on where the arches are next to the other bit. That doesn't make any sense. I know what I mean. I know what I mean. So yeah, look, in between. So it goes towards that black gap next to it, rather than towards the other arch next to it. So right, this is the finished set of nails, and I could not decide whether I wanted these shiny or matte, so I did both. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So this is my creepy spider. As I say, I didn't want to do like the whole outside of a spider and the outer line and everything. I thought this was just enough to sort of show off the spider effect. So these are the shiny version using SBD London's tempering top coat, which I love. I love it so much. And I couldn't decide whether I wanted it shiny or matte, but I definitely did matte because it kind of shows the spider off better, I think. I think you can see the detail a bit better. And this is using my PMP matte top coat, which I'm pretty sure they don't make anymore, I'm afraid. But yeah, so this is a shiny version and matte version. I did want to do it with like the spider shiny and the background matte as well, but I didn't have time. But let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you in the next one, guys. Bye!